Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noraisyah binti Abdul Aziz from Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science in UiTM Johor. I will be sharing with you about the topic of artificial intelligence, as the key player in learning interventions, a mini review among students with learning difficulties. So our current scenario in educational innovations make teaching and learning no longer depends on textbook and whiteboard only. Educational innovations involve integrations of technology, especially artificial intelligence, AI, to produce learning contents, methods, and assessment that are tailored to their special needs so they can learn better. Okay, the problem of our research is many individuals just assume that if the learning intervention is in the form of mobile application or computer-based software, it automatically has AI features to help the learning process of students with learning difficulties, while not all of them have AI features. So, our research question focus on 3 points. Okay, the first one, what AI features can be integrated in learning interventions to produce personalized learning among students with learning difficulties? Second, how are these AI features implemented in learning interventions? And the last one, what are the important features also need to be incorporated to complete the delivery of learning interventions? So the methodology review of the literature from 2017 to the present. Okay, it focused on these two online databases, which are IEEE Explore and Google Scholar, to narrow down the scope search. Okay, listed are the keywords used by the researchers. Okay, the summary of our findings are, okay, from the social VRLE, okay, which is social virtual reality learning environments in 2021. Okay, the implementation. Okay, the terms social VR refer to the usage of virtual reality technology by group of students. Up to 4 students with autism spectrum disorder are given smart devices such as VR headgear, handheld controller, and base tracking service to share ideas and practice conversational skills. The second one is from Egypt. Okay, the implementation is the educational cards are divided into numerous implicit categories, such as animals and birds. Okay, in the AR environment, these cards serve as markers. The words on the education card are then scanned using smartphone camera, and a 3D object connected with the words is mounted. Okay, from the India, okay, it's about augmentedly a mobile application based on augmented reality that analyze real-world textual data and project customizable output. So here the smartphone camera is used to scan text in real time. So the text is then translated to a reader mode, where the font size and background text contrast ratio can be changed based on the children's preferences using a significant object detection algorithm. Okay, in class virtual realities based game using Android platform, okay, which is in Indonesia. Okay, throughout the games, students must wear a Google SDK cardboard on their heads. They walk in the virtual environment using head, motion, and identify objects they observe as they travel. Visual and aural inputs are also combined to give value to their game-based learning. Okay, under Anthnos, okay, augmented reality serious game to help dyspraxia children, okay, in Ecuador. Okay, they implement the use of augmented reality in interface games in highlighted. The primary goal of augmented reality is to increase student involvement and attention. A natural user interface is created utilizing kinetic sensor to recognize the student motion in order to improve their hand-eye coordination. And NAO, a programmable and autonomous humanoid robots, also from Australia. Okay, the two NAO robots were placed at the disability units. So these NAO robots can reproduce sounds, synthesize speech, and comprehend spoken language. Within a group of 5 to 10 students, NAO serve as an instructor or social mediator, and the robot will program to respond to the student's speech and touch in accordance with the lesson's needs. So the other one is NAO social assisted robots, okay, in Switzerland and Portugal. Okay, so the agents robot perform two tasks as robot facilitator and robot learners. So the robot facilitators, so learning interaction with the NAO robot start and children perform a collaborative writing activity in the presence of robot facilitator. Meanwhile, robot learners, the NAO robot takes on the role of a student, writing the letters and words on an interactive screen, and the child on the other hand serves as a teacher, correcting the NAO robot handwriting faults. Okay, CETA cable tangibles, which is in Spain and Uruguay. CETA researchers use the tangible learning design framework in conjunction with mixed reality technology to perform physical object. So in this case, it used the wooden blocks, okay, into digital object. The students interact with the tangible items and their actions are mapped to mathematical problem shown on the tablet using information relations. The last one is children's storybook reading system or storybooks. Okay, it's done in our country, in Malaysia. The children learn to spell, okay, speak and form simple words interactively by using passive RFID tags affixed to syllable cards. Children can use an RFID reader to scan syllable cards, and what is on the syllable card will be displayed on a computer screen with antenna support. Okay, from the literature, we found some discussion here. Okay, a mini framework of AI-based learning intervention among students with learning difficulty is constructed. Okay, so these are the mini framework. So the motivations, okay, so the motivations element is included because the selection of AI features is influenced by motivations, whether it is to assist students at school or in their daily life. Okay, learning at school resolve around improving student learning skills. Okay, readings, writing, and counting. Student daily life often teach them social rules such as how to cross the street, how to get to school, and how to recognize commonplace objects. While the social engagement and healthy competition among peers can also be among the motivation, since some AI features can be used by multiple students at the same time. So this is the motivations point. Okay, to answer the research questions, number 1, okay, which is what AI features can be integrated in learning intervention to produce personalized learning among students with learning difficulties. Okay, there are 5 AI features have been identified based on the mini review conducted, okay, which are VR, AR, MR, humanoid robots, as well as the RFID. Humanoid robots are often used as social mediator to replace the role of the teacher during the learning session. Virtual reality allows us to immerse ourselves in a virtual environment that is either wholly images or replica of reality. AR mixes the digital data with physical world, and MR are a more sophisticated version of AR, characterized by increased environmental knowledge and interactions both between the user, virtual object, and between virtual items and the environment. Okay, the research question number 2, how these AI features are implemented in learning interventions. The precise implementation for each learning intervention has been explained earlier. Students must wear wearable device in order to use VR technology. A headgear is the most widely utilized device, and tracking devices are employed in some learning intervention to help with performance monitoring. AR typically requires students to use a smartphone camera to scan any real-time object. MR project real-time item into virtual object using a smartphone camera and extra equipment such as mirror. Manipulation of real item can be viewed as a virtual action on a smartphone screen. RFID, on the other hand, work in the same way. The RFID based payment cards are used to pay tolls on highway. All information recorded on the curriculum cards is transformed into a more appealing virtual environment using RFID scanners. And the last research question, what other important features also need to be incorporated to complete the delivery of learning interventions? Other important features usually include a virtual display of the learning contents, virtual strategies that prioritize the two ways contact between student with LD and computer, include 3D models, user-centered design, and human-computer interface (HCI). Other features also comprise of a tangible user interface, which is synonym with MR because it's enabled for virtual projection of learning contents when tangible things are manipulated. As a conclusion, so this study looked at how AI may be used to create learning materials, methods, and assessment for students with special needs. The table in our research shown to summarize the result of numerous learning interventions that incorporate AI element in order to give reader with a common understanding. Furthermore, a mini framework of AI-based learning intervention for students with LD is developed, in which motivation and other features are included to support the LD specific learning process. Okay, with that, thank you very much.